Success Mantra. We shape future.
Hello everyone, my name is Ankita Singh and I'm a teaching faculty with Success Mantra. So what is actually Success Mantra? Success Mantra is a leading CLAT CLAT preparation platform and which is upgrading its reputation and its result with every passing year since 2010. And the good news for you people is that now Success Mantra has now partnered with Olive Board, which itself is a online leading platform for competitive examination preparation. And what they have decided now, Success Mantra along with Olive Board has decided to bring the CLAT preparation available to you all at the comfort of your home. So this was all and this was just the good news. What is the great news? The great news is that if you enroll in our courses now, then you can avail the discount of 50%. Remember and concentrate, I am stating of 50% and not up to 50%. So you can get the discount of 50% if you enroll in our courses now. So, and where will you get the information about our courses? So the description will be there in your chat box. Go and open the link which is there in your chat box and just go and explore our courses. And lately we are having more to discuss in regard with this course. So this was as of now, and now we welcome Shailly Sinha along with us. She is AIR rank AIR 51 and presently studying in NLU Bangalore. Shailly, this was all. Now the dice is yours, and I assume audience that you might have you might know that today what conversation we are going to have with Shailly, and it is about that what kind of life is there in National Law University, and this session I am sure is going to motivate you a lot to aspire more and to study more and to put your more efforts to get into NLU. And who else can better guide you, and who else can better give a description except Shailly? So Shailly, now the mic is yours. Please introduce yourself, and hello and welcome to our channel. We are very much delighted to have you on our channel, and our audience wants to know more about you. So please give us a brief intro about yourself.
Hi everyone. Hi ma'am. Thank you for this great introduction first of all. So hi, I'm Shelley Sinha. I was AIR 51 in CLAT 2021 and AIR 46 in AILET 2021. Currently, I'm a first year at NLS Bangalore, and this was it about me. My CLAT journey has had a lot of ups and downs. I started my preparation in class 12. So I had this entire thing in mind that I was starting off very, very late because my competitors had started in class 1 itself. So yeah, 8-9 months of hard work, toil, a lot of ups and downs, mock scores, sometimes above 100, sometimes below 50. I've seen a lot. And I feel CLAT is one of those exams that teaches you a lot when you're preparing for it. You learn patience, you learn understanding, you learn the importance of presence of mind, because CLAT is an exam just tests that. Because there is no syllabus. You just have to be present at that moment, understand the paper and give the exam. So I feel CLAT, apart from giving me this great college, this experience has also helped me learn a lot about life, about everyday skills. That was it.
Okay, this was nice to hear. So can you just state me that what changes has come up in your life, since now, from a girl from Chandigarh went to Bangalore, and Bangalore, that too in a best college. It is #1 college of India, that is NLU Bangalore. So what changes has come up in your life after you left your city and you went to Bangalore? What opportunities got opened for you?
Till class 12th, okay, I've stayed with my parents. So first of all, I learned the importance of staying alone. Like when you live in a new city, you learn a lot of things about everyday life, how you have to handle yourself. Not everyone can hold you all the time. You have to be your own motivation. That was something I learned when I was preparing for CLAT, obviously, because not everyone was supportive of your mock scores every time. You had to help yourself. But yeah, I learned a lot about living alone. Also, it has been a great experience coming here. There are a lot of opportunities. Though being in school also you have those opportunities, be it debating, researching and stuff. But I feel being in a college like like NLS and being in a city like Bangalore gives you that freedom, to explore, to understand things you love. So I was very much into poetry. I am very much into poetry. So being in a college, when you have something secure with yourself, you can give time to your passion, like something you like, something you want to explore more. So I understood it. I like researching a lot. I like researching about stuff. So that is something, when you are in a college like NLS, when you're in a city like Bangalore, you get that freedom to explore about things, not only in your work arena, but also in your personal life, in your professional lives. And also, I feel being in a law college, not Bangalore alone, being in any law college helps you explore a lot of things. So there is a lot of things you can choose from, be it committee work, be it sports, be it extracurricular, be it debating, be it mooting, be it negotiations, a lot of stuff. The thing is, you can choose what you want to do. And the good thing is you have 5 years to choose from that. It's not that you have to do everything in the first year or everything in the first semester. You have a lot of time to choose. So I think the change has been great. It has been very motivating. Some things have been down. It's okay. The academic pressure always stays. But the thing is, it just gives you a lot of freedom, and that freedom gives you a sense of responsibility. That now it is you who has to look after you and not someone else.
Okay, so from here comes my next question, and my next question is, how does it feel to be in a national law university, and that too in a number one national law university?
It feels great. I agree. There are times when people, just rant about their college work. That we just have so many assignments, so many projects. We don't have time for ourselves. But I still feel that we as law aspirants or anyone for that matter has strived a lot for this. Like when you get into a law college, the first thing is okay, you're going to get a good degree. That is for sure. Thing is, it's very securing first of all, and the second thing is you just feel really great. You feel like you've done something. That sense of achievement you get, it's just different. The first day you enter a law college, you realize that all the hard work you did, all the rants you've done, all the doubts, everything, it was just not useless. It just paid off. So I feel being in a law college, first of all, feels really great because you get that sense of achievement that you are, capable of something. You are capable of doing things you aspire for. You are capable of, achieving your dreams, achieving some things. That entire thing just makes you feel so proud of yourself and so responsible also, obviously, because this entire cycle then starts of work and work and work. But I feel it just feels great because it's not just that sense of achievement, it's also the sense of responsibility because of the work you are loaded with. Like I have 2 project submissions this Sunday, and I'm still doing section because I know how to manage. The thing is, you just learn how to manage stuff. You just learn how to figure out stuff in your life. It is really, it gives you a lot of clarity once you're in a college like this.
Okay, so from here, since you described so much about your life in NLU and all, can you just tell me how tedious life is there in NLU, like in national laws? Yeah.
It is. Like there is no two saying about the fact that life at law schools is very difficult. But I feel you can manage that. The thing is, so basically in law college, for any law college, you have semester systems, right? 6 months to do a certain course. In NLS, you have trimester systems. So every 3 months, the subjects change. So every 3 months, you have 4 project submissions, 4 vivas, and 4 end terms, which is a bit tedious, very tedious. But the thing is, the amount of exposure you're getting, so in my batch itself, there are people from 25 different states. The kind of exposure you get, it just feels so worth it working for that. And I feel that anywhere, be it a medical college, be it an engineering college, life is going to be tedious because you're in a college, you're doing a degree. I feel that it just becomes worth it at a certain point in time when you learn how to manage stuff. It'll be very, very intimidating in the first 3-4 months. It is still intimidating for me at times, but I feel you just learn how to manage again. How tedious? You will have to do hundreds and hundreds pages of reading every day. You will have to figure out your counselings, your consults, your everything, your passion, whatever you want to pursue, whatever you want to explore, your sports, your co-curriculars along with that. But I feel that you just learn how to manage over time. Your seniors are there. Seniors are the source of motivation to survive in a law school because you just see them doing a lot of stuff and they're always there. They're so approachable here. You just learn a lot from them about how to manage. That is great.
Since you mentioned a lot about your projects, your exams, your assignments, your 100-page reading every day, so it makes me think, and it is actually a question from a lot of students. I keep on hearing the students who are there in Bangalore, or Bangalore NLU, okay, the students who are there in National or Bangalore or in any other top-notch law colleges, they are having a very much hectic life. There are so many projects, there are so many examinations, there are so many assignments. They and that too, they have to submit all these things on time. So between all these things, they didn't get time to enjoy their life. So what will you say on this?
Absolutely not. The thing is, it's again about, figuring out. Like, we in India have very tough curriculum even at school, okay? So I think from class 8, so I was in DAV, so board started from class 8. So I was into this habit of, preparing for boards, project submissions, even in school. I know it's a bit hectic because in college it's not projects, it's research papers instead, which is like you cannot copy paste from somewhere. You'll be charged for plagiarism, obviously. But I feel that being being a student from an Indian school, you learn that quite early, managing a lot of stuff. Because in our school also, if you like notice, there's a lot of co-curriculum and studies. What happens that you just get a bit more independent in college because you have to research on your own. You just don't get spoon feeding here, but you manage to enjoy it. You manage to learn how to figure things out. So even if you have like 100 pages of reading, you'll figure out if you want to do that reading on a weekend and spend your weekday on something you wanted to like do for the past week, somewhere you wanted to go, something you wanted to write about, something you just wanted to play, anything. It's just that you have to plan a bit in college. You just cannot go with the flow here, because if you just start going with the flow, we just end up studying the one day before the exam, one day before the project submissions, which happens a lot. It has happened with me also. It's just 2 days before the submission, and I'm like at zero research right now. But the thing is, you just learn how to prioritize things. And that is something you will learn while you're preparing for CLAT also, because CLAT is an exam also asks a lot from you. Like, you have to prepare a lot. So there also you have to prioritize like what things you have to do first, whether you have to like cover your quant or your GQ or whatever. It's just the same in college. It's just a bit more stuff with a less time. But I feel that being in a college, you have to like get that responsible and that used to that stuff, because you were in a college. You're not a kid anymore.
Okay, nice. Yeah, nice. You explained this so nicely. So, Shelley, can you just tell me that what is the curriculum of NLU, and how the subject planning of your college is different from other colleges?
Yes. So basically, there are 23 NLUs and 22 NLUs, except for NLS, followed semester systems. So they have like 6-month semesters in which they have to like cover one subject. And in NLS, it's like 3 trimesters every year. So we have 3 months to 3 trimesters in which you have to cover 12 subjects, like 4 subjects per like every 3 months. So that is why it becomes a bit hectic, because the courses, the amount of study you have to do remains the same, but within a less time. And the thing is, one thing that requires a lot of time is, you being in a college, you need to get acclimatized with the subject. And that needs time. The thing is, we don't get time for that, because every 3 months the subjects change. So when you get used to a subject, it just changes. And then there's a new subject, new professor, like a lot of change. Again, new curriculums, a new way the courses are structured, new marking pattern, everything is different. So you just have to get acclimatized really fast in our college, because you just cannot go lax. You just cannot like spend 1 month trying to figure out what the subject is about, and then 1 month later you just have your interns. The thing is, you just have to like get used to it really quick, no matter. So basically, in my first semester, we came to college and we had economics. Okay. And the thing is, almost all the colleges have economics in the second year, because economics in grad is like a bit difficult. And the thing is, most colleges follow an Indian author, but our college, being NLS, followed an American author. Thing is, understanding what he writes using his examples was comparatively difficult, because you are not used to that curriculum, right? You are not used to reading foreign authors. And the thing is, if you're in a first year NLU, not only NLS, be it NALSAR or NUJS or NLU Jodhpur or NLU Delhi, anything, you have to you just can't have basic readings. You'll have really complex readings from really complex authors because these NLUs expect that from you, that you learn to read stuff like that, you learn to comprehend stuff like that, and you learn to reproduce it when asked. So I feel it's a bit difficult in the terms of the kind of readings we get. It also difficult because you need to be really quick with acclimatization. You just cannot spend. So basically, what happens here is that if suppose if it's what's the day today? It's 5th of May, right? If my trimester starts today, 5th of June would be my first project submission of 2 subjects. So in 1 month we have to submit 2 projects. And the thing is, the topics come off a bit late. So they'll come like in 5-6 days. So basically you have 25 days to understand what course you are studying and to make their projects as well.
Okay.
So it's like a bit intimidating, obviously, because you just don't know anything about the course and you have to like submit a project 1 week ahead. But I think it's really it makes you really independent because you learn how to research. So one thing I learned here in college is that you learn how to work. You learn how to get stuff for yourself. Because the internet is so vast, you'll find everything. The thing is, you just have to figure out what do you need. So I feel being in a college helps you filter things out, what you need, what you don't need, and it makes you independent because you have to do it on yourself. Because your project submission is no one is there to help.
Exactly. This was like yeah. So, can you just pour some light on what kind of professors you're having and what is your college environment so that it can motivate us students to put themselves more into preparation. ये बच्चे बड़े बदमाश हैं. Yeah, they are very lethargic when it comes to study, and moreover procrastination जो है ना थोड़ा problem बच्चों का. So just tell them कि what kind of life you're having in your national law Bangalore, and what kind of professors, what opportunities you have got through professors, and what you have learned and what exceptional you have learned from them. So please pour some light on this, Shelley.
Yes, ma'am. The kind of professors is a very difficult question to answer because we have professors from all backgrounds, from all kind of experiences. But I still think the teaching pool here is really great. Like, it's very experienced. Most of our professors are like really learned, known people in their fields. Be it like criminal law, we have like really good professors for criminal law. We don't have it in first year, but that is something we look forward to, going in the second, third year and start studying from them. Also, constitutional law, we have like really, I won't take the name, but like really good professors, really known professors. Someone you would always learn to learn from. And the thing is, even if they're not teaching, so basically in college, you cannot expect them to like complete the curriculum that is like listed there because you don't have time. You just have like 60 hours to complete a 3-month course, which is like, if you combine it, to be like 2,000, 3,000 word readings. You just can't expect the professor to complete that. But the thing is, the kind of insights they give you, be it about their subject, be it about, so basically we have a lot of alums here, like people who studied from this college. And the thing is, when they describe how law colleges were at their time, what kind of environment they had, what kind of professors they had, it just feels so great because you can relate to it, first of all. And you feel that they'll understand you because they have gone through this. The kind of connection you feel with them is so great. It just feels you feel at home when you're in college, no matter how intimidating the course is, no matter how intimidating the project deadline is. It just materializes because it's just so worth it. Also, the professors there. So basically, if not curriculum, they'll help you research a lot. So basically, in class, they'll mention something and they'll be like, go read about it. And the thing is, what they ask us to read is not something really small. It will be like 100-page stuff about someone, or something really, even if it's like something very small, it will be something really intriguing because a professor won't mention anything in class, okay? So once you start researching about stuff, you just come to learn a lot, and you just contextualize their subject. You just contextualize in what sense do they like teach you, what understandings do they have. The thing is, the professors here are like one thing I adore a lot. The professors here are like really good. And I also feel that the environment NLS provides it's tedious, I agree. It can be really intimidating for many people in the very beginning. I'm saying this because it is still intimidating for me, though I'm 1 year into college. So like in a month or two, I'll be having my final end terms and I'll be in the second year. But I still feel that it just feels so great. And the thing is, you just learn a lot. So being in NLS, or being in any other law college, so to say, is a very learning experience because, as I said, I have people from 25 states in my batch.
Hmm.
And the kind of experiences they bring in, the kind of knowledge they bring in is so vast that, that entire notion that I am AI 51, I'm like the most intelligent person that can ever exist on this earth, it just fades away in a week. Because I realize there is so much you don't know, there is so much you need to learn right now. And like there is so much someone has experienced. Like, experience is something you just admire it endless because people come in like from so varied backgrounds. There's so much to tell you. You have so much to learn from them. And it just, despite everything, despite your 100 pages readings just going into waste, you haven't read anything for class, you will just sit out till 3 in the morning and just talk. So
Oh,
it's
nice.
great. We guys rarely sleep. So we just talk till 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and we're talking about anything and everything. We in the first years not even knowing if we'll pass the interns are talking about how placement works. So it's just
Hmm.
so great, so learning here. And no matter how tedious anyone says how hard it is, you still manage to enjoy because you still manage to figure things out. And it's just like 1 month that will be like really intimidated, but after that it just feels so worth it. It just feels really great to have worked for something like this.
Nice, yeah, Shelly. Shelly, there is one person. His name is Fun with Samir, and he's telling you hello. And the question which he's asking is, Deep, please also give me tips for CLAT preparation.
Okay, the tips would vary depending on if he's giving CLAT this year, like this in June or like in December. But for CLAT preparation, assuming that he's giving CLAT in June, it's just the last month, okay? So I feel right now what one has to do for CLAT is revise. So what I did in my last months, like I'm assuming he has done a certain amount of preparation, a good amount of preparation. What you need to do right now is revise. So one thing what people just miss out on, they're like covering entire stuff, every other issue in the news, be it GK, every other formula in quant, every other issue in legal. But the thing is they just don't revise. And the thing is CLAT is an exam requires a lot of recalling. Like you have to actively recall in those 2 hours to showcase whatever you have prepared over the months. So I feel at this point in time what anyone or everyone should do is revise a lot. Like if you're studying for 6 hours a day or 7 hours a day, make sure at least 4 to 5 hours you give to revision. Revise GK, revise quants, revise the legal issues that have been in news. And for the other time, if not practice, try to cover the stuff you have left. So what we used to do, like what I used to do in my preparation, was there was some topics which I used to like leave that I didn't understand, that I found would require like a lot of time and would like yield a very less marks. I would like leave them for the end. I think the last one should be time to try to cover some of that so that you can like attempt some of it in the exam, not leave it completely just in case it comes. And I also feel that there's this uh, 80-20 rule, which I learned during my CAT preparation, that 20% of the syllabus yields 80% of the results. So basically, there's this 20% syllabus that will give you 80% of the marks in the exam. Just try to figure that 20% out. What that 20% is. For some people, it will be quant, that they can get 15 or 15 in quant. For some, it will be like GK, who have like prepared really well in GK. They can just revise a bit and just secure above 30 marks in GK. So I feel at this time, everyone should figure out what that 20% is for them and just focus most of their energy on that. Also, I feel at this time, one should like try to develop clarity because CLAT is an exam. You just cannot think at the point in of time that what do you have to attempt and what you don't have to attempt. In an exam like CLAT, you cannot expect to attempt 150 questions. That's because you have 120 minutes, you have to read passages, you have to attempt questions, you have to be really mindful of what you have to attempt and what you have to leave, considering it also has negative marking. So at this time, people should like try to develop clarities what they would not attempt in the paper. Like I, on the day of CLAT, clearly knew that if there'd be a question on degree of falsity, I'll just read the question and leave. If I have time, I'll come back to it in the end. I won't spend time because I practice at that way that I'll be like, sure, or like I'll be able to ace it at that time. So I feel like this time people should like try to figure out their 20% first of all, and also figure out what are the things they should not try to attempt in the first go if they have less time.
No, basically you said that the method of segregation must be known by all the aspirant in respect of all the competitive examination, because that helps, boosting your rank or boosting your or making your chances to crack the given examination, right?
Thing is, even if you're not 100% sure, you at least have an idea of what you're weak in. So basically, what some people do is they're very weak in English, but just because the paper starts with English, they start with English. Thing is, you have to figure out which section you have to attempt first. What would be your time division? How much time you have to spend on a section? So and OMR practice, obviously. I think
Yeah.
last month should be more of planning than preparing. You should plan how your mind, your body should work on that last one day,
Hmm.
or else your entire, because people panic a lot. So I am the most anxious person on this earth. I could not stop moving while giving my mocks because I was so anxious. The thing is, if you're not well prepared on the day of the CLAT, you will mess up. And that is something you cannot avoid. The thing is, you just have to plan really well how you're going to function that day. So that needs clarity. So I think if this is the right time, once you start figuring out how they mark their mocks, be it like after one passage, after one section, towards the end, never. Please don't do it towards the end, the entire paper. That just doesn't work. But
Yeah.
I feel at this time you should develop clarity more than preparing.
Okay, Shelly, I'll interrupt you for a minute. Okay. So yeah, again, student, there's a reminder. And what is the reminder? The reminder is that now Success Mantra has partnered along with Olive Board to bring the CLAT preparation available to you all. I mean the quality CLAT preparation available to you all at the comfort of your home. So quickly go and avail our courses. The description is given in the chat box. So go and open the chat box. Go and at least see what Success Mantra is offering along with Olive Board. I'm sure you people are going to love our courses. And the news is the topper who is sitting in front of us, the AIR 51, named Shailly Sinha. If you go and use Shelly's coupon code, Shelly's promo code, then you will get additional 5% discount. And audience, it is not only about the discount you're getting by using Shelly's promo code. Shelly will be your mentor through the entire course preparation. She will guide you what to do, what not to do, how to do time management, and every stuff which you guys wish availing. So go and avail our courses now. It is like 50% plus 5%. That is, you can avail our courses as 55% discount. So the offer is for the limited time. Go and avail it, go and grab it, and make us your partner in acing the CLAT examination. Thank you so much. Yeah, Shelly, now coming back to you. My next question to you is, since you have mentioned so much about the burden time, burden syllabus, burden activities which NLS Bangalore is offering, along with that our audience, just to motivate them, because तुमको पता है जब जो maximum audience है ना वो थोड़े मस्ती वाले हैं, ठीक है? So तो उनके हिसाब से बताओ कि what are the recreation activities available to NLS students?
A lot. Again. So I'm saying it's just a balance. You'll get a lot of co-curricular recreational stuff here also. The thing is, there are like a lot of committees on campus. Okay, so there'll be like cultural committee, and there's sports committee, and then there's like event management committee. So they just keep on like holding events. So like 10 days from now, we have our Univ week, which is the university week, where we'll be having our ethnic day and everything, whatever. There's like a lot of stuff. 1 week you'll have to study obviously because you have end terms in 20 days too. But the thing is, you just get a lot of fun in those days. Also, last week only we just had our like flagship event, Strawberry Fields, which is again bands performing for 2 days straight, us just dancing, partying and stuff. The thing is, you just get a lot of time to party also. You just have to figure it out again. After every project submission, you'll find people going out in groups, for partying, for dancing, for everything. You just get a lot of time for that too. I won't deny it. Also, for people who are like into sports, we just keep on holding events, like sports events. So there was this cricket league that happened. Now currently they're holding the football league, futsal league, and the next month or so they'll be holding the basketball league. And then you have football grounds, where the football ground is used for partying mostly, not for playing football though. But like people play football also, so you can play there. You have a race course. You can like run if you want to. You have a basketball net and like everything. Thing is, you have a lot of sports things also, which just keeps on going on. You can like practice on a day-to-day basis, just 1 hour, 2 hours. And then there are events that are held. So there was this badminton event that happened last month. So like you just get a lot of sports events and also a lot of cultural events. Like I mentioned, Strawberry Fields and Uniweek. Also, you just get like really small events also. Like, there was this event on Christmas Thanksgiving, where people had to write notes for everyone, like whoever they wanted to write a note, which is like really important because us as a group, coming after COVID, it just gets so important for us to intermingle, for us to understand everyone else, getting that sense of belongingness is very important. So most of the events here are, focused on, fostering that unity, making people feel from one place. And there's also been a lot of hostel events. So basically, there are 5 girl hostels and 4 boys hostels. Okay? And every hostel has their events. So my hostel, we like schedule a movie night or something someday. And like everyone from our hostel would come, we like see a movie, or like it'll be like a game night. So we'll like just gather together and play something, be it anything, like anything. The thing is, you just get a lot of time to intermingle with people also. You just get a lot of time to understand what sports you want to be in. And it's just not sports. It's a lot of, if you're like into academic stuff, if you're into MUNs and all, you get a lot of debating, mooting, negotiations, a lot of competition where, you can learn to hone your speaking skills or whatever, researching, whatever. The thing is, you just have a lot of stuff here, and it just matters that you learn how to grab some of it, fix it in your day, prioritize, and make it work. Most people get overwhelmed by that choice you have and just feel it's very intimidating. It's just that you just cannot play basketball, football, cricket, and then debate meet and still expect to pass your end terms. That's not going to happen. You have to choose which one sport you have to play, which one thing you want to participate in, and fix it with your day, your projects, everything, and just keep honing it every day.
So basically, an NLS is having no wide variety for study, and as long as for the recreation activity, guys, come on, buckle up, prepare yourself for NLS Bangalore, and you will have such a wonderful senior, who is just giving your interview. And I assume that with all these motivating things you are saying, Shelly, I am like 100% confident that next topper will be in front of me, and he or she might be a junior, and he or she might be very lucky to have you as as you have you as their senior. You're such a you're such a cute personality here. Okay, so yeah, here comes my next question to you, and the next question is, tell us about the extra curricular activities like moot courts and parliamentary debates, fashion society, or fest, etc. of National or University Bangalore.
I almost answered this question in the previous question itself. I'm sorry. But okay, yeah. Focusing on moots. So basically, for us, first year mooting is not allowed.
Okay.
For like first years at NLS, it's like you cannot moot in your first year because our vice chancellor expects us to study. Like he's like a bit study oriented. But thing is, yeah, you can still have demo moots. So basically, you can attend people who are like preparing for moots. And yeah, mooting is like really, really great from the second year. Like you go to a lot of moots because endless like you just go to a lot of moots and you just learn how to research. So mooting also more than speaking, it's about researching. You have 2 days moots and you have to prepare for like 3-4 months with the research because moot requires that kind of research from you. And the thing is, you understand what researching actually is because when we were in our school, we just used to like start one day before the project submission or whatever and just be like, "Ek din mein research karke we just made the project." The thing is, you understand when you start mooting or start making projects, so to say, that research is not that. Research is such a deep skill. You have to like search so much for something really small. The thing is, you get that kind of experience, and also debating is like really day to day here. So every other day you have to practice debates. रात को 9 बजे they'll be like a message. If you want to make a team, anyone up for a team. So like you just make random teams and you start debating on any topic because there are a lot of topics to debate upon. And the thing is, being in an NLU gives you the opportunity to debate on topics that are so unasked for in India itself. So there are a lot of issues for suppose LGBTQ rights, which is not something which is really recognized in India as such because, of conservatism or whatever, I won't say anything. But it's not a very discussed topic, so to say. being in NLU gives you that kind of freedom to understand topics that are really, nuanced, something really so undiscussed, something so ignorant. And the thing is, you just get a lot of freedom to discuss about that. So yeah, debating is like really commonplace. We just debate every other day. We are having our NLS debates this weekend. So it'll be like a flagship event conducted by NLS. A lot of colleges are coming in. So yeah, debating is very commonplace in the first year. Moots, parliamentary debates are also like as common as debating. So you just and the thing is, topics, type kind of topics you see are like so great that they're things you have never, imagined, something you have never thought of. So one of my friends went for a debate, and she comes back, and I was like, "What was the agenda of the debate?" And she's like, "The agenda was, should India increase or decrease its defense funding?" Which is something we do not think about. We do not think what is the defense fund. Like I'm not saying no one thinks about it. I do not think about it in everyday life. Okay, I just do not sit and start thinking should the defense budget be increased or decreased. The thing is, it just gives you insights into topics you've never thought about, and you just start to question that, and that just makes you so intellectual. I'm not saying I'm intellectual, but I think that makes you really learn it because you kind of learn stuff you've never thought about. So that's about debates and everything. About fests, as I said, not a lot of fest obviously, but you still get quite a bit. So for sports events there are a lot of stuff you can participate in. So NLS holds Spiritus, which is like our flagship sports event, which will be in August. And it's just such a great event. And the kind of so basically having less events also helps because you have something to look forward to. If you're partying every day, you don't have any motivation to work for it. The thing is, you just have 1-2 events a year, and you just kind of look forward to it. You just kind of get that motivation that okay, if I just study one more month, then August will be there, and then I can just play and stuff. So I feel that's great. And the kind of events are also really varied. So I said Unit Week. So we'll have like our balls, our dancing events, our singing events. Also Strawberry Fields, which was a rock band event. So the events are really not a lot, but they're really varied. And like into arenas which give everyone a kind of exposure to something they might like to do.
And just tell me something about your campus. That does NLU provide you with luxury study and luxury campus life?
Depends. That basically depends on the campus you are in. So NLS being one of the oldest law school campuses is a lot more not architecture. The thing is, so basically most NLUs have auditoriums and really great IT spaces. NLS has very much like decent IT spaces and a lot of green spaces. So if you walk out, you might see some snake going by. The thing is that that's it, because it's like really green, like a lot of greenery out here.
Well, basically, NLU Bangalore is very close to nature, right?
Yeah, it's like very close to nature. And the thing is, it doesn't mean it's not modern. It doesn't mean that it's not infrastructured well. It's also the thing is you just don't see concrete everywhere, and it feels great because I'm from Chandigarh. Okay, Chandigarh has like a lot of greenery, so it just makes me feel at home because it's like so green out here. So it depends on campus, but I still feel it gives a luxury life because you can sit in your academic block till say 7, 8, study in AC if you want to. That is obviously if you like just want to finish class and rush back to your room, the room is obviously yours. The thing is, you just get a lot of spaces where you can sit and study with ACs, obviously, because at times it gets really hot out here. The one thing that is the most luxurious thing about NLS is the library. The library, spams every NLS student's wallpaper for some 3-4 months. It did mine for like 5-6 months. Entire 2021, my laptop wallpaper was the NLS library. The thing is, when you see that in front of you, it's really fulfilling because it's something you have aspired to be in around. It just feels so great being there. And yeah, it's luxurious, I agree, but it's luxurious as long as you study. You just cannot expect luxury unless you study.
Okay, Shelley, I'll interrupt you for a minute. Yeah, to you guys, just have a face-to-face conversation on this. So yeah, Success Mantra has now partnered with Olive Board to bring your CLAT preparation, to bring the quality CLAT preparation available to you all at the comfort of your zone. If you go and avail our courses now, if you go and purchase our courses now, then you can get the discount of 50%. It's 50% and not up to 50%. So you will get the whole discount of 50% if you purchase our courses now. Now the next question comes is that from where will you purchase our courses? From where will you get the information about our courses? So the link is there in the chat box. Go and open the link. Go through the link. Go through the courses and just see that whether it worth your attention or not. And the second news is that you can see the promo code flashing on Shelley's screen. So if you use the promo code of Shelley, you will get additional 5% discount. And by using Shelley's promo code, you will not only get additional 5% discount, but as you can see the stopper sitting in front of me, talking so nicely, guiding so nicely, elaborating things so nicely. So you will get the mentorship of Shelley in your entire course of CLAT. So go and avail the offer now. You can get the discount up to 55%, and this discount is not going to stay for long. It's for limited period of time. So go and avail in our courses now. Okay. And coming back to you, Shelley. Now, yeah. So just tell me now. It's like if we are going through COVID from last 2 years. COVID has affected our life so much. So what effect has COVID caused to your analyst life?
I spent my first trimester online, and the thing is, NLS doesn't hold online exams.
Mm-hmm.
So it did last year. It just felt it wasn't transparent. So this year, NLS just made sure it doesn't hold online exams. So we had online classes and offline exams, which was disastrous for us because obviously you don't study in online classes. You just log in and you just do whatever you want to. Who will study in the first semester of their college sitting at home? No one. So that was one thing that impacted us because we just didn't study for our first end term. Really bad. But okay.
So how
Yes, ma'am?
So how was your exam of first trimester?
Fared well, better than most of my batch, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's...
I have learned to work under pressure, so I just managed to study in the last few days also. Yeah, I did decent only. The thing is, yeah, that was one thing. The thing is, coming back on campus after spending one trimester online, it just gave you that freedom to, learn to know people a bit beforehand before meeting them in person. So that was one good thing happened because we just got to know a lot of people before, coming to campus, understanding who we really want to be friends with. Apart from that, I feel the initial, obviously COVID, you just can't come back to campus and expect a normal life because you are moving into a campus when you are handling a pandemic side by side. So it has been a bit restraining. You just couldn't hang out initially on campus with a lot of people because they'll be like, the guards would be like, thoda dur dur baitho yaar, just wear a mask all the time, which is okay on their part. But I still feel it hindered some of our college experience, but it also gave us a lot of time to have those initial mental breakdowns at our houses. So what initially was when you enter a college and you just understand it's not going to be glittery and glowy all the time. You will have to work a lot. So what I read was that you enter a college and you're done. You don't have to work. But that's not it. You enter a college and you have project submission in 28 days. So you have to understand that you have to work here also. You just have to balance it out again. So, having your parents with you was initially really great because you can have those mental breakdowns at your comfort of your home with your sister or whoever you want to talk to. And yeah, you just learn a lot at your houses only. So when you come back to campus, this entire thing of moving into a new city when your home is 2,500 kilometers away, I'm from Chandigarh again. So it's like you just learn to manage a lot when you are at your home. So it just doesn't feel that intimidating when you come back to campus or when you come to campus for the first time because you have learned a lot already. That was it. Also, it feels really great to be out because we've just been at our homes. And, I started my preparation in 12th. So I started my preparation when COVID was there. So I never really went to my coaching classes also. I just prepared online. So it just feels so great to be, because obviously nothing can replace offline classes, okay? It's just so good to see someone in front of you talking, to you, not to a screen again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really great moving to campus because you just get to a normal life. You just feel like everything is normal, though it is not. You just feel back to normalcy.
Okay, this is nice. Okay, so yeah, here comes the question that keeping your NLU experience in mind. I know that you're not having ample of experience since you're in first year and now you're about to go to second year. But still, whatever experience you are having, or whatever experience you might have heard from your seniors, then actually, what are you planning? That are you planning that you will do your masters from NLU, or you're having some other plans? Keeping the NLU environment in your mind, I'm asking this. Yeah.
A really good question. But I'm telling
Yeah.
you, only because of keeping the NLU environment in mind, I'll say I don't know yet. Because when you come to an NLU, you just understand it's not about completing a degree and getting into litigation or to a corporate firm. Because when you come here, you just understand there's this whole lot of things you can do. Again, as I say, you just get a lot on a platter. Like, I just understood that we can just go into researching with some firm. You can just, not litigate and research or something you want to write a research book, write a dissertation, maybe do your LLM, maybe teach as a professor, might join a corporate firm that I won't, I guess. I am not into corporate at all. Thing is, you just understand you get a lot of things to do. And you just get a lot of time to figure things out because you are here for 5 years. So I still feel I don't know what I'll do, but there are three things I have in mind. So basically for law, one thing is good that you don't have to do your masters necessarily. LLM
Yeah.
you do only if you want to like teach or something, or like if you want to like teach as a professor or as a lecturer, that's when you have to do LLM. That's also not a compulsion, but that's like a recommended. Basically, you do your BLLB and you are done with your degree. So I feel I'll either do criminal or litigation, that is my area of interest, or I'll do UPSC.
Oh,
I
nice.
I don't know
Bingo.
yet. Or I'll do judiciary. I don't know yet. Okay, I don't know what
Okay.
I'll do. Thing is, you just don't have to know anything. So I was working with my mentor one day. So basically, you just okay, yeah. One thing also, you just get a lot of mentors here. So you come to college, you get your rank parents, which are like people who had the same rank as you in the past years. So you make a rank family, and then you get your SBA mentors, your mentors, project guides, like a lot of seniors you are connected to, and you just
Hmm.
talk to them, you learn a lot. So, okay, so the first week into college, I was working with a senior, and he asked me, "What do you plan to do after this?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Really good. That is the answers I expect from first year because you should not know what you have to do till the third year. Because till the third year, you haven't experienced everything, and if you're choosing from that limited experience you have, you're doing a mistake because you
Hmm.
might like something really, really a lot in the third year, and you are like, okay, I'm stuck on this because I already decided this."
Hmm.
It's like they're really open and fluid in the third year. Third year is when you have to like start deciding because fourth, fifth years are like majorly placements.
No, this is nice. This was a great recommendation you have no put enough from this. Okay, there is one question from Arush Samathan, and he's asking, is NLUD a good option? Actually, I'll connect this question along with the question I'm having for you. And the question is, you see now, you see especially the after graduation student, like no, the students from 3 year LLB, the the students who are aspiring for 3 year LLB. So, why to choose NLU Bangalore? Okay, why to choose NLU Bangalore over NLUD or
Okay.
over D? Yeah, over basically over Delhi University. Yeah, not exactly, but yeah, over NLUD. Why should you choose NLU Bangalore? And here the same question is asked by Arush Samathan.
Basically, there are two questions. Why should we choose NLS over Delhi University and why over NLU Delhi? Right.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
colleges.
yeah. Two
Okay.
questions.
First of all, I'm saying this if you want to. So basically, NLU Delhi has its advantages. Okay. So I was AIR 46 in AILET, and I don't know, I was just so stuck on NLS that I chose NLS, but I still feel that NLU Delhi was a very good option too. When I like look back into anticipation, it was a good option. I could have chosen NLU Delhi, but like, okay, I chose this. I'm happy with this now.
Okay.
You can choose NLU Delhi, but the thing is, so NLS is more academic oriented. Okay, like no matter how much opportunity you have, if you're not, as I said, you can have a luxurious life as long as you study. if you stop studying, earbacks here like are an everyday thing. Everyone here gets an earback if you just don't study. The thing is, if you're in NLS, you have to make sure you are studying. In NLU Delhi, it's a bit more lax. You just get a lot of time to, do a lot of curricular stuff, extracurricular stuff, I feel. I don't know because I just don't know how NLU Delhi works. But I still feel that, first of all, being in Delhi, you are in a place where the Supreme Court of India is, where almost all the senior advocates work. You just get a lot of good places to intern. One thing why NLU Delhi is usually chosen over any other NLU is because you get a lot of internships very easily. Because first of all, you are proximate. Most employers do not give offline or online internships. Okay, so I being in Bangalore cannot expect to get an online internship in Delhi. Though I got one. Thing is, we just don't expect that because most employers prefer offline interns. So first is the benefit of internships why people would choose NLU Delhi, but I still feel NLS is NLS. So NLS remains NLS nonetheless. The kind of alum base you have, it's it's unmatchable. I mean, the kind of alums we have, it's like no matter where you go, you'll find someone from NLS and just feel so great because NLS has this community system. So basically, in almost all colleges, you have to call your seniors sir, ma'am. In our colleges, it's like a rule that you have to call your seniors by your name, by their name, because it's a community and no one is a senior and no one is a junior out here. So it just that community sense you get being from NLS. I don't know if it is there in other colleges too, but I feel being in NLS first, the alum base you have, the name NLS portrays. So I'm not showing off or boasting or anything, but NLS attached to your names has a lot of worth. Thing is, if you're doing law and you're from NLS, it's just no matter how bad you are faring here, even if you're like barely passing your intern, or if you get thrashed by your teacher every other day, the thing is, just because you have NLS attached to your name, you just become great because everyone just respects you so much. That is it. I feel NLU Delhi is a good option, not lying. It's a really good option if you don't want to be like very academically stressed or rigored because NLS will give that. No matter how lax they try to be, they'll give that academic rigor and that just keeps on increasing with every day. But yeah, NLU Delhi if you want to focus on internship, and NLU Delhi is a good option if you want litigation. So anyone who wants to like go for litigation should choose NLU Delhi because of the history of litigation and the kind of opportunities you get out there. NLS is mostly about corp law and judiciary and stuff because it's academic.
Okay. So
And Delhi
okay.
University also, sorry, if I
Yeah.
should answer. Delhi University is 3-year law. So it just cannot compare to NLS because NLS is basically 5 years. Though NLS is starting 3 years from this year, still you should choose NLS because NLS, first of all, is a law university per se. Delhi University has commerce colleges, arts colleges, everything. So it is not a specialized university, first of all. Thing is, being in NLS gives you that kind of professor base too. Like, the most learned people come here. That you just get really handpicked professors, which really helps you hone yourself, especially for 3-year law when you don't have a law base. It's just good to be in NLS than to be in Delhi University.
Okay, there is another question from the audience itself, and the question is from Arush. Actually, he's only asking. The second question is from Arush only, and Arush is stating, "AILET is hard? Question mark. Dot 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 dot. Some tips for it, please." Topper, put your words on this.
AILET was hard. AILET isn't hard now because I think the pattern changed this year, right?
Yeah. They are not having legal portion in it, Arush.
Exactly. The entire issue with AILET is, I'll tell you. So basically, in our whatever we were taught was that in AILET, try to get marks from maths and logic because the kind of principal fact situation they give in your legal section is so large, like a lot of reading. And the thing is, you just have 90 minutes or 150 questions. So you have to be like really thoughtful of what you have to answer in that. So we were really taught to answer English and math because they're like really small questions, like synonyms, antonyms, one word substitution type questions. They just ask you whatever question you find short, try to answer that. And the thing is, for legal section, it was like so tough because the principal facts were first of all really long, and the current GK they gave was like backbreaking. I don't know where did they get that current GK from. It wasn't even current, okay? They'll ask some random shit like who got elected as the Chief Justice of this High Court, some High Court. You cannot remember the Chief Justice of every High Court now. It's like not
Exactly.
possible, okay?
Hmm.
Plus, for our batch, the cabinet ministers changed 1 week before our exam. So we had to like, my father got it printed. I had to rectify it entirely because AILET asked those questions. CLAT also asked that question this time. But like, yeah. So AILET was basically tough because of that. I think AILET is not that tough now because no legal section, obviously. I think what tips you have to do for AILET is again planning. AILET is an exam requires you to plan a lot because it also knows no one can answer 150 questions in 90 minutes. It just needs to understand, it just seeks to examine who can understand what they have to answer, who has that clarity what they have to answer. So I feel AILET ke liye, you have to first of all have a lot of clarity of what sections you'll have to attempt, and you should have that ability to leave questions. And I'm saying leave questions, not attempt questions, because AILET asks you to leave questions. You just cannot get stuck on a question for even 1.5 minutes because the time for every question is less than 45 seconds. The thing is, you just have to like plan a lot. And for practice, I'll say for practice. For AILET, I think the best practice you can do is past year questions. If you like do all the past year papers, first of all, you will understand how they make the papers, how they expect you to answer questions, and also a substantive amount of stuff you'll cover because most of the questions are repetitive. They'll just like change a name or two, but the entire logic in it remains the same. So yeah, PYQs are like really important for AILET.
Okay, so the next question again from Arush is that is it better to give other law exams like CLAT, LSAT, etc. along with AILET? Because from next month I'll start the coaching for AILET from obviously Success Mantra, but still, just put some word on this.
See, if you're giving AILET, you have to give CLAT. Like, it doesn't make sense that you give AILET and not CLAT. So one of my juniors did it. This junior I've been guiding for like past 1 year, and he's like, Didi, I was fearing CLAT, so I just registered for AILET, and I won't give CLAT this year. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like, because you have prepared so much for AILET, you know a lot about CLAT. I know the patterns are completely different. Don't judge me on that. The thing is, covering those minute stuff for AILET, you have to contextualize every news. Obviously, you just cannot learn one-liners every day. The thing is, when you are preparing for AILET, you are indirectly preparing for CLAT and vice versa. So if you're registering for AILET, you should, like, I am saying this with certainty, you should register for CLAT also. For SLAT and LSAT, I'll say I gave SLAT, I did not give LSAT, I did not give AU, I did not give BHU, I did not give MHCET. So the thing is, it just depends on your preparation. If you're really sure that you'll get a college by giving AILET and CLAT, don't give. Like, it's just a waste of time. But then again, it shows on your CV, right? If you have like good ranks in all the exams, it just adds to your credentials, right? You got this rank in this, you cleared this too, you qualified this too. But I feel if you're really sure that you will crack AILET and CLAT itself, no need to give. It just kind of makes you uncertain about focusing on that one exam you're going to give. But if you're still not too sure about your preparation, register for everything. It's just not bad registering for anything. What's the point of giving something? Like if you've prepared even some bit of it, just go for it. It might just work out really well. That's it.
Okay, fine. And obviously, this was the like you explained every question so nicely, Shelley. That I am sure our audience have they might have enjoyed a lot, and because I am enjoying a lot, but while taking your interview. So this was all. But can you just give a this was all the questions which we had along with the along with the audience question we have also taken from there itself. So since CLAT is just a few days ये just a few days matter, just अभी कुछ दिन के बाद CLAT हो ही जाएगा आपका. So just with your brief just in brief, just motivate our audience to give their best in CLAT and to be at the position you are right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Motivation for CLAT. Very difficult question. I know CLAT as an exam can be really intimidating. I'm telling you, I'm the most anxious person. So I had this entire phase of mental breakdown. Okay, so I had started preparing like 7 months into preparation, and the exams got delayed a lot. Like, every month they'd like postponing it by 10 days, 15 days. Thing is, you just tend to lose control. So I had this entire burnout phase that I just intended to leave preparation in me. I was like, I will not study, मेरे को CLAT नहीं देने का है. The thing is, what at that time, the only thing you need to do, I know most of the people who like see this would have had that phase where they'll be like, I just can't keep working for something that is so uncertain. Because CLAT exam has very less seats too. I think at this point, all you need to do is reiterate the reason you started. Like just try to reiterate what was the reason you started preparing for this. And then everything just makes sense, okay? Everything you are suffering from, everything you're doing every day, it just starts to make sense. I know it is like easier said than done, reiterating the reason you started. It just seems really fancy, but it works. Just understanding how much you've traveled, okay? So it's always said that when you are halfway there, understand it will take the same pain going back as it will take going forward. And you are like more than halfway there. It's just 1 month to go. It will be really intimidating right now. You will be seeing a lot of channels will be like, guiding you through, 120 minutes and 150 questions, like really tough. You have to be like, super duper good at reading. Your reading speed should be like 600 per minute or something like that. People just say this stuff. It's okay even if you're 300 words per minute right now. The thing is, you just have to make sure you are not giving up. You are doing good as long as you don't give up. And the thing is, I am seeing this. I know CLAT as a paper requires a lot of consistency. So I, being a CLAT aspirant, I studied 7 hours on my birthday. My 18th birthday, I studied 7 hours for CLAT, which was really saddening because it was my 18th birthday. I deserved a party. But the thing is, you just cannot offer to lose a day for an exam like CLAT because it just requires a lot of consistency. Also, one thing I'd like to say is that this is what I learned like 10 days before my CLAT exam is that it's okay to be afraid. Like it's obviously okay to be afraid as long as you are making sure that your moral status is not defining your preparation. As long as you are worried and you are still preparing, it's okay to be worried. But when that anxiety starts to affect your preparation, that's when you have to like make efforts because you just cannot keep them too connected. No matter how demotivated you are, make sure you are still studying. It's like it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to be demotivated, but I think as I said, when you just materialize that the first day you enter here, I had tears. And it's just you just feel it's just that sense of fulfillment you get that you are capable of doing something, you're capable of achieving what you want. You just feel so potent. It's great. It's crazy, okay? It's just so great. I'm telling you. And looking at your parents the day of the result, the CLAT result came at 12:30 at night. Okay, my parents were asleep. And my mom just woke up and she cried. And the thing is, looking at your parents and feel like you've done something for them, you've done something great in your life. I feel goosebumps right now. It's just so
Yeah,
fulfilling.
same, and same. I'm getting goosebumps, by hearing each and every statement of yours, especially that parents part. I'm sure your parents might be on cloud nine, or even if there's cloud 12, then they might be on cloud 12 after
Very
having such a
happy.
wonderful. Yeah.
And like it just that you just can't give them anything right now. Like you can barely do anything for them. But just
Mm-hmm.
whatever they are doing for you, if you're just worth, materializing that into something great, it's just so worth it. And also it's just not your parents, it's not you, it's the people who have worked for you. Okay, so my mentors. So there's some mentors who have been there throughout my journey, who like stayed there when I had my mental breakdowns, when I had my mock scores below 50. And the thing is, just seeing them happy, just seeing them, just making them feel that whatever they did for you was worth it. It just feels so great to look at people around you who have stayed throughout your journey. Like if anyone from this, even one person from this session makes it to NLS, I'm telling you I'll be the happiest person because I feel that this one session I took materialized into something. It's just that people around you, seeing them being happy for something you have done, it's very fulfilling. And I think that should be your only motivation to work, because once you get into a college or a good college, I'm telling you, everything would be worth it. Whatever sufferings, whatever sleep schedule you messed up, whatever the stuff you did, it's just worth it once you see that happiness in their eyes and that fulfillment within yourself that you have done something for yourself. A very small thing, getting into a college, but really great.
Oh, so you actually motivated me right now. I'm very much motivated by your speech. I must say, Shelley, I really enjoyed this interview. I really enjoyed this interview.
Thank you,
Now, there
ma'am.
is one last question from the audience, and that question needs to be answered because there's like, last question, please. Is it better instead of dropping a year, taking admission in college and do preparation for AILET?
Again, it depends. I'm telling you, being into a law college won't be really easy. Like, you will have to work a lot here. If you can still manage your preparations, go for it. But I think, because you were saying dropping a year, I suppose you have a year to prepare. Go for a college because it just gives you, again, so basically a drop year is not very easy. Okay, you'll feel demotivated a lot. And I haven't been into a drop year. Like, I did it with my +2 only, but I've seen people in their drop years and they just get so demotivated at times. So I think being in a college will give you that mental space where you can at least have people around you be doing something. It's always better to be in a college and prepare for something because you still have a backup. And I know people say backups are like you should not have a backup. Having a second plan is weak. You are not sure, but that doesn't make sense. Okay, that backup gives you a sense of surety that you are still something if you are not something else. It's really important to have a backup for an exam like CLAT or AILET. So yeah, I would say take a college if you have 1 year. If you're like 6 months or something, don't. If you have 1 year, go for a college and then prepare for AILET. AILET is not tough.
Okay. So this was all the conversation we had today, Shelley. And trust me, this is the most entertaining interview and this is the most inspirational interview I've taken. I really enjoyed this session along with you.
Thank
So
you, ma'am.
thank you for being there with us. And now again, Success Mantra has now partnered along with Olive Board to bring the CLAT preparation, the quality CLAT preparation available to you at your comfort of home. So kindly go and enroll in our courses now. If you go and enroll in our courses now, you will get the discount of 50%, and Shelley's coupon code is flashing on her screen. So use her coupon code while getting enrolling to our while going to the payment section. Use Shelley's coupon code and you will get the discount of 5% extra. So in total, if you avail our courses now, you can avail the discount up to 55% and the quality clad education and the mentorship by Shailly Sinha, who is AIR 51, presently studying in Bangalore NLU. Okay, so this was all the sessions, and the second question you guys might be having, that from where you can go and see our courses. So the link is there in the chat box. Go and open the link. Explore the courses, go to the purchase section. It will the courses already at the discount of 50%, and when you will apply Shelley's coupon code, you will get 5% extra discount. So go and avail the offer now. And yeah, this was all for today's session. Thank you, Shelley Sinha, for
Thank you,
being
ma'am.
there with us. It was really a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so very much. So we are ending this session. So I wish you best of luck for your future, and I'm sure that I'm going to see you, doing something great for our Indian society. Thank you for being there
Thank
with
you.
us today.
Yes.
Thank you.